back to the channel. Well, the video I did on this gun right here, it's not a Beretta, it's a Helwan 920, Egyptian copy of a Beretta 92S. It was more popular than I thought it would be. And I've had a couple people asking about updates on this gun, since in the video I had one issue with it. The only issue as far as functionality and reliability with this gun was the magazine that came with it, which was this magazine right here. It's a 15 round magazine, and although I'm not 100% sure, I'm about 95% sure it's a Taurus magazine for their copy of the Beretta, because it says made in Brazil. Now I can tell this is an older magazine just by the wear on it and the way, still got a metal follower. And I think I'm going to try and get a replacement spring for it and see if that helps. I mean, it's good shape as far as the body and everything. It's just seems like it has a weak spring. So Wolf actually makes springs for these. They're like $6, so I'm going to get one of those, change the spring out, and see if that helps. Because that seems to be the issue. It's just not got enough pressure to lock the slide back on most of the time on the last round. So see, here's the magazine that I got with this gun. So it won't lock the slide back. But I got this actual Beretta magazine, picked it up at Academy. Couldn't really find them online for a decent price, so. Well, I could find some, but they didn't have the S cut there on the right side of the magazine body. Put this one in it, locks the slide back every time. So I've not fired it yet with this magazine. Since it is an actual Beretta magazine made in Italy, I have no doubts it'll work. So let's just see. So as usual, we're going to load it up with some Freedom Munitions 115 grain. I usually like to run the 115s. They run well and they're generally cheaper. But I've got some 124s on the way. They were the same price as the 115. And as expected, the follower feels just buttery smooth in this factory Beretta magazine. And unlike this one here, and possibly some older Beretta mags, this one has a polymer floor plate. Not a big deal. So 15 loaded up in here. Got the steel target downrange at about 12, 13 yards or so. Let's see how it does. Now, if you remember from the first video, this does just have the crude military iron type of sights, just combat sights, nothing special. But I can still shoot it pretty accurately. Let's give it a try. Locked it back just as expected. Check it out, what somebody left in the trash. Cardboard dummy. I've never seen one of these before. Something tells me this guy had a really bad day. That looks painful. Now, just one particular note of interest about this gun and the way it's set up with this European style magazine release. I was a little unsure about it at first. I didn't pay for this gun or anything, if you know that. It was given to me by a friend. But when I'm shooting this gun, if it had the standard Beretta magazine, American type magazine release, that's right here on like a M9 or 92FS, I can't get to that without adjusting my grip. And with this gun, I can shoot, empty, strip the magazine out, put a new one in, and not ever have to adjust this hand. And granted, yes, you could do that with a regular gun too, but with the button down there, it's easy to just pull it right out. Whereas with the Glock here, and this is one of my carry guns, shoot, empty, I have to adjust my grip. Magazine should drop free. But you get the gist of it. You could do the same thing, but with it up here, it's just a little bit harder than with the thumb. Strip it out. Just my thoughts on that one particular issue with this gun. That's not really an issue, it's just, let's call it an extra feature. Having the mag release down there. So, in conclusion, I've put about 100 rounds through this magazine with this gun this morning, and I think I like it. It's worked 100%, locked the slide back every time. I've ran a full mag 15 rounds, I've ran 10 through it, I've ran just 5, ran just 1, and it's locked the slide back every time. As you would expect from a quality Beretta magazine. And one other thing I'm going to do to this gun, and then from there I'll probably just leave it alone as it is. This slide catch right here, I mentioned in another video, first video about this gun. It's a little boogered up, as you can see there. I don't know if that's just from use or whatever. It doesn't match the rest of the gun. The rest of the gun looks in pretty decent shape. There's a few scratches here and there, especially on the grips. But this slide catch right here, it's, you know, a little boogered up. It may just be from manufacturing. Who knows? But I can get one of those pretty cheap on eBay, and that'll take care of that. It's not really a big issue, but on the bottom here, I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of got a few rough edges there that if you're trying to push it up with your thumb from the bottom, it can kind of catch on the edge of your thumb there and kind of booger it up as well. So, if you have one of these, congratulations, because it's a pretty rare gun here in the US. But I could highly recommend the factory Beretta mags in this gun. They work flawlessly. This is supposed to be an exact copy of a Beretta 92S, of course. It was licensed to Helwan in Egypt by Beretta. There are Beretta copies out there, but this is one of the few licensed ones. And the fact that it was imported by N-Track Arms in Knoxville, Tennessee, and the fact that a good friend of mine gave it to me makes it all the more special to me. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video with this gun.